Today I will prove to you with examples that I'm the best Bitcoin and crypto analyst in the whole market. I predicted correctly last 4 Bitcoin movements, and I will tell you what will be happening moving further as well. We will also discuss the hardest Memecoin asset out there and what awaits it till the end of this year. You don't want to miss this video, you don't want to miss any piece of information. Even if you are not interested in End on Blast, even if you're not the holder, this is peak Memecoin analysis. No one is doing this on the market. This is fundamental business analysis, understanding the market structure and how the industry works. This is not just jerking off to the charts, being wrong 100% in a row, right? Make sure to watch this video till the end. Like, subscribe, and let's start. I will be starting with Bitcoin overview. Today is Monday and we are at 58.5k per 1 Bitcoin at this stage. Exactly as foretold. Let's actually check if I was right market-wise and BTC-wise in the last several days, right? Did you listen to me yesterday? Liquidity, we might revisit 55k, but after that, I do think that we should be going straight up to 61k at least. This is exactly what happened. We revisited 55k and we went back up to almost $61,000. Exactly. Dot to dot. No one is giving you this. No one. Everyone is constantly wrong on this market. Weekend to be choppy, and I do think that if this drop will be happening, we will essentially be coming around Monday. We should be here, and this would be the time where I would actually be accumulating, because I still have a certain chunk of money that I would like to inject into the marketplace. And if this scenario will be playing out, this would be the point where I would be injecting additional capital into the market, because I think my assumption is that this is the final point for accumulation. This should be happening on Monday. Monday should be corrective. If Monday is corrective, this would mean that they are gathering liquidity in order to pump the whole thing through the rest of the week. Today is Monday. And it's just the start of the Monday. I'm recording this video 6 a.m. Dubai. So in the range of the world, like it's just the kickoff, it's night. In US, it's still Sunday currently. Precisely dot to dot. I told you, we will be going to 57k on Monday. Will be the time to accumulate. And you are seeing people selling their assets, dumping the meme coins, the hardest PV assets out there. Imagine the privilege that you actually have on this channel. You knew about this scenario beforehand. You should have prepared some cash. You should have taken profits in the weekend. And currently, after several hours, you will be able to enter at these juicy prices, and everything actually was given to you for free. I think this deserves a like button. A couple of months ago, I was publicly saying that if you would actually share the analyst with me that predicted at least 3 short-term market movements correctly, I will fly in and I will suck him off. I should probably just be sitting and sucking my own dick, right? Average loan your assets and then essentially pump it to 61 right here finally. And depending on what will be happening once we break through this level, we actually see what will be happening with the market. 2 days ago, the same exact scenario I was sharing. The same scenario that is happening currently. Can you imagine? And I'm telling you, Bitcoin is going to $75,000 at least until the end of the year. I'm telling you this, and I even gave you all the time frames as well. I gave you the time frames that most likely we should start pumpage around 8th of October. But it's not going to be the way that the charts will just be dead till 8th of October and you will have your 2 to 3 weeks to accumulate. They will slowly going up and up and up and up, and then just boom, they will just surge up. That's why I do think that current day, today, later today, is one of the best times to accumulate. I was saying this in the previous video. It's just not something I'm coming up with currently. Currently is one of the best days to accumulate before the final pumpage. I would say this is one of the final opportunities out there. Too many people are scared. Slightly down, they're dumping their coins already. This is not the situation where the market is going lower. Everyone is shorting. Coming back to our situation, bull case for Andy on Blast. Structure, previous bull cases and what went wrong. Blast airdrop that we were expecting in July and that essentially happened, and Ethereum ETF that actually happened as well. Ecosystem value, founder work, FTM comparison, real bull case, bonk similarities, and I will share some more. I will give you some points for free as usual, right? Previous bull cases and what went wrong. Blast airdrop, Ethereum ETF. First, Blast airdrop. Second, Ethereum ETF. Blast airdrop, what went wrong? Mainly, to my point of view, is actually the market setup. There was zero sense to give a bunch of money in a declining market. If you remember, we were doing a 12x in July for Andy on Blast in a declining market. Through the whole month, the market was declining. And we've done 12x when most of the assets were correcting heavily. It's better to leave the funds to develop the ecosystem and incentivize builders and users over time than give a large airdrop in a declining market, then give a launch. It's better to leave the funds to develop the ecosystem and incentivize builders and users over time than give a large airdrop in a declining market. Let people send and leave and forget about the ecosystem. This is something that I believe Blast protected itself from, because imagine declining market. We were in a declining market. We're still correcting since that time. If it would have been a large airdrop, probably Andy will maybe do like 2.5x from the highs, from $60 million market cap, but what would be happening then? It will just dump like crazy. It's better to leave these funds in the ecosystem to have more potential over time, to actually incentivize builders, to actually incentivize the community and make sure it can flourish and make sure it can sustain, because we definitely do not want the death of the ecosystem. Main issue, however, declining market. If the situation would be different, it would be different as well. I do believe that the main issue in crypto is a declining market, if something is not going as expected. Ethereum ETF, declining market plus manipulation on Ethereum. Ethereum ETF, the same thing, launched into declining market. We're pretty much correcting since the time of Ethereum ETF launch. And there were even days where there was zero inflows into Ethereum ETF. I do believe that this is a heavy manipulation on Ethereum, and I do believe it's actually being bought up heavily currently. It's just this asset that 100% will be moving along with BTC. We saw it's moving along with BTC. We already saw in March when BTC was at 70k, Ethereum was at 4k. So asset proof that it moves along with BTC. Current pump for Ethereum from 2.4k till $4,000 as it was in March would be a 50% plus movement, which is a huge movement if you're in the stock market. That's why I'm saying there is a huge manipulation happening. I do believe that BlackRock is buying out a bunch of Ethereum currently. There is a reason they opened their fund on Ethereum as well. I do believe it will be performing this cycle 100%. It might underperform some assets naturally because it just have a larger market cap. You cannot expect BTC to outperform some type of Memecoin as well. Long-term Memecoin will always outperform BTC as well because it just has a lower market cap. Same thing with other assets like Solana. Solana was at like what, 10, 20 billion dollars at the start of the cycle, even less. Of course it will outperform Ethereum, of course. I do believe it's been bought up heavily despite the current sentiment. It should start performing. Right now Ethereum sentiment wise it feels like bottom. Very, very important. We see people sharing ETH-BTC chart at 0.4 at this stage. They're all making fun and stuff. Probably some people are selling the Ethereum at this stage. It's already too late, guys. It was the time to sell your Ethereum if you wanted to do it maybe in March, right? It's already too late. Mainly, the issue with these bull cases is the market setup at the time. Decline, corrective, sideways chop. However, we're entering a new market setup now with a new bull case at hand. This is huge bull case. This is something I will share today. This is just huge bull case. You need to understand this information. You need to digest this information. This is peak crypto market investment. This is based on liquidity inflows. This is based on pattern recognition. This is based on real presence on a daily basis in this market. Moving further, ecosystem value, founder work, FTM comparison. Blast ecosystem value is at $11 billion right now. Do you have a clear mobile bet in crypto right now? You mainly have Blast. If you want to bet on crypto in connection with mobile, Blast has a really nice focus on mobile. And I'm a mobile engineer in the first place. I'm an iOS developer by essentially my first place of work, right? I do know the metrics. I do know all the metrics that essentially a range of websites, a range of services out there, they're being accessed from mobile. Most of you are actually watching this video right now from mobile device as well. That's why I'm zooming this thing to have it at essentially at a large portion of the screen as well. There is definitely a lack of focus for mobile and crypto currently, and this is something that should be bringing more and more people out there. A range of guys that are trading using mobile devices currently, they're digesting Twitter information using mobile devices currently as well, and I do believe that the trend should be changing. If we want to attract more people into the crypto space, there's definitely mobile first. This is a very interesting bet. Not even speaking about Indian Blast, just buying Blast as a bet on mobile connection with crypto in the crypto ecosystem. FTM comparison. So something that Ansem was sharing about FTM Sonic, 90% of gas spend goes back to the apps. In Blast we have 100%. And by the way, Rollbit shields, Arweave shields, FTM shields currently all paid 100%. For Ansem, they are paid to shield this stuff currently. And as mentioned, we'll have a bunch of TG events in autumn, and bunch of influencers will be shoveling their almost free vesting tokens into your throats, screaming about altcoins. That's why they're talking about alt season, that's why they're talking about utility, because they did not receive the allocations into meme coins. What they received is vesting allocations into altcoins. That's why some of them actually might be pumping if you do not want to mid-curve this thing, right? So you understand that, all right, the market structure is this way. There would be TGS, there will be vesting schedules. These guys, they would want to dump on the audiences as much as they can. So they will be talking about the projects. All right, how can I actually position what I can do? Maybe I can short the new launches, but the market probably will be pumping. So what I should be doing? This is the thought process that you should have at this stage, right? Ball up top. At the same time, Ansem is actually buying Solana, like currently. He believes that the market is going up. Several things about Blast as well. The next 12 months are going to be an incredible period of growth for the on-chain economy. If you're active in this space, this is the time to dig and pay attention. Every cycle, new big winners are built during the bear. 12th of September, this was shared. This is essentially, timing-wise, this is the start of the next leg up. Wave 3 of this market, the most explosive wave. This is the start. Founder of the project, understanding it and sharing it is a very bullish sign out there. Gas spend goes back to apps, means that builders on Blast can own their economics much more than on other chains. No value leakage from yield, no value leakage from gas, maximum value capture for apps and users. People that made bunch of money in the previous cycle, they were saying always follow the developers. Developers are growing the ecosystem, and these ecosystems, they do appreciate in value as well. And the asset that I'm presenting currently is essentially the asset in the most performing narrative in the ecosystem that's been, like, from my point of view, it has the highest potential at this stage. And it's not only my point of view as well, it is the point of view of the CEO of Godbit as well, the person who's essentially very deep in the market. And some of you might have this thing about Godbit that they have like bad reputation and stuff, but it's just something that's happening in the marketplace. They are daily in the market, it's working business. The type of insights that these people are getting, they're just crazy. Mobile has taken over PCs in percentage share of time spent online. Crypto, but for mobile native generation. Who's building this? Blast. This is a very important topic. To be honest, you don't have much exposure, you don't have much assets to speculate on. Speaking of like mobile devices and mobile usage and mobile ecosystems, you have some projects that are focusing on mobile gaming and stuff, but this is just one part of the whole thing. And to catch a trend, this is what's important. For the Blast to become the speculative asset on mobile exposure into the crypto asset, this is what is important in the first place. What happens next in the market and why memes outperform? Projections for the Q4. 330 million new investors are projected to join the market. I won't even think that this would be an exit liquidity, because I do think that people that would be exiting in Q4, they have a very high chance to re-enter in Q1 in 2025. I would say that these just would be people that would be pumping our current assets, and that's why I'm saying accumulate currently, buy right now, accumulate currently, close this video, go buy, close this video, go buy anything, close this video and go buy. And buy new tokens of this cycle, and sell all of your tokens of the previous cycle and buy new tokens of the new cycle. Rate cuts, election, China cancels crypto restrictions. It's huge because they started printing money. We have Asian part of the market pushing certain narratives. Ordinals was pretty much pushed by Asians, and West became the exit liquidity for the ordinals thing in Asia. It's very important. Meme coins. Why meme coins are outperforming altcoins, and while it will actually continue, understand the market structure, understand what will be happening. They will try to push altcoins because they want to dump on the followers at the highest possible market caps. This is what will be happening. There is no other reason than that. No 20x backs from VCs and early investors in meme coins, in altcoins, everywhere. Real valuation without unrealistic, fully diluted valuations. Some type of like bullshit created by team in the basement that no one knows, that doesn't work. They just have a swap mechanism, and it is just copied from like an open source blockchain GitHub code, like just fork of existing blockchain, or the usage of some person's stack is getting FDV right away of $2, $3, $4, $5 billion. It does not make sense. It does not make sense in the first place. The only reason why it has this type of FDV is because you're constantly getting dumped on. Community works for its backs. In utility projects, community is flipping the drops, airdrops, vesting. So in utility projects, community are essentially influencers and insiders that are dumping their vestings, and people that were also farming the airdrops. You have to understand the market structure. You have to understand these things. In meme coins, community works for its backs. Imagine we had 15 people like myself with YouTube channels in End-on-Blast. People like Marketplace would probably call it like cable things, but we are all affiliate marketers for the coins that we hold. We need to work for our backs. Start this YouTube channel. Go share on Twitter. Work on your Twitter. Make your reach higher. This is how you push the assets that you are holding as well. And it's not only about, it's pretty much just about the explanation of the narrative, explanation of what the people are actually exposed to. You need to understand very well what type of asset you are holding and what are you actually making bets on and why the asset will be appreciating in the future. And I am giving you the exact reason today. Binance perps bullish for the memes. 2 to 3x when the Binance perps are announced. Expectations for the spot listing if the Binance perps are announced for the meme coin. 95% VC-backed projects on Binance are down only, whilst 80% meme coins are up. I would say that we have to be a bit careful with these stats because this is up to this date, right? Maybe the situation will be changing currently. Maybe they will be pumping their altcoins, moving into the cycle. But then essentially Blast will pump as well, right? Now, the most important part of this video. Bull case for End-on-Blast. Market just goes up. Blast goes up and Ethereum goes up. Yes, this will be happening 100%. But is it good enough? It's interesting to know that metrics is almost lagging in our case. What is the bull case out there? TG summer that became TG autumn. Back in the summer, I was saying that we are due for a TG summer because a bunch of projects on Blast will essentially be launching their own tokens and giving the airdrops, so giving free liquidity to the people that are active in the ecosystem. And on Blast, everyone is active into the ecosystem because they are farming incentives. However, as with the most projects on the marketplace out there, projects are waiting for the better market conditions to actually launch their TGEs, token generation events, to launch their tokens into the marketplace. And we do expect the change of the market conditions very soon. That's why essentially TGE summer turned into TGE autumn. The situation market-wise is that there are hundreds of projects waiting for TGE in better market conditions, not just only on Blast, but overall. Once they improve, once market conditions will improve, a lot of them will be releasing themselves Influencers will scream about them shoveling the tokens they got almost for free into the throats of their followers. Blast TG Autumn should be different, as 100% of fees are coming back to the projects. Naturally, they should have more money and more money to share. This is a very, very important thing. Other projects, some of them, they raised funds initially, so they essentially allocated a certain portion of funds for the airdrop. Blast, they essentially were generating real revenue for the transaction fees through all this time. And they should have a bunch of money to actually give on the airdrop as well. This is something that should be happening in the better market conditions. This is something that should be drawing the attention of outsiders into the Blast ecosystem as well. Naturally, they should have more money and more money to share, as well as be more community focused. The reason Matrix is lagging is because the setup that we might be seeing is very similar to the setup of Bonk. Bonk did not pump because of Solana airdrop or something. It was pumping on the airdrop of the tokens in Solana ecosystem. We should have plenty of them happening with the first market turn. They are preparing them currently, preparing to pour in free liquidity into the ecosystem that should partially be spent on the asset in the most performing narrative of this cycle and previous cycle as well, meme coins, and with a crazy narrative. Andy from Mad Fury Boys Club. Airdrops, I was sharing this in a bunch of videos. Airdrops are very, very positive for the meme coins on chain, because once people receive free money, they go play into the on-chain casino right away. It kind of ties up very, very interestingly with the projections of the founder, the Pac-Man. He was sharing that first they will be focusing on prediction markets, and then they will be focusing on meme coins and culture coins. And prediction markets, essentially, they are released already. They're tweaking some things, they're working on them, but this is a very, very interesting narrative and interesting setup. And the market makers behind Bonk is quite similar in our case as well. It's essentially almost like the Matrix is actually lagging. And the setup is very, very interesting. Bunch of rich TGEs within the ecosystem, with people that know how to actually use them, with the refocus of the founder in the most performing narrative. This is crazy type of setup to actually have. Something like this should be happening within the market turn. Something like this should be starting to happen in upcoming 2 to 3 weeks already, and over the course of the whole Q4. Question: entering currently into the Indian Blast. At the time of the recording of this video, we are at $5.2 million market cap. I know most of you will probably be buying in size once you see green candles. This is human nature. I'm here to save you. We should be teleporting to $100 million in market cap at least by the end of the year. I would say this is a conservative scenario. I would say that this is essentially, we should be appreciating in value very, very much, like just by default with the reverse in the marketplace. This is something that will be happening. And on top, we'll have a bunch of liquidity from the airdrops happening as well. And this is crazy narrative. Like, none of other meme coins, none of other chains have actually the meme coin with this type of narrative initially. None. This is crazy narrative in the first place. You need to understand this. I'm checking out different chains. I'm checking out different memes. No one has this narrative. And this is the first Andy in the marketplace. You can check it on Dex Screener. This is the first one, and it will continue to be the first one because you can now change things on the blockchain. If you buy it right now, that's 20x, from essentially $5 million till $100 million. However, you might think that, wow, $5 million, alright, like it's bottoming out, it's a bunch of fear on the marketplace, maybe I should wait. And I'm just giving you a comparison. Let's say you waited just a very, very small amount of time, and you decided to enter at $7 million, for example, right? Just 2 million more, not a big deal, right? It's already 14x. You already lose 6x. You underperform by 6x on your money. If you are entering, probably just a couple days later, probably just several days later, probably just closer to this week, do you understand? You need to understand these things. This thing will be multiplying in value. 100 million is a very, very conservative market cap till the end of the year. Next year in the bull market, it's 200, 300, 400, 500 million dollars in market cap. And you are heavily underperforming just due to your entry point. This is crazy. We already missed the train for people that were buying at $4 million market cap that caught the exact bottom and will be getting 25x just till 100 million. Don't get fooled by low market cap numbers. They tend to change fast, sucking up the potential return from the project, because we all have this mindset, oh, it's a small market cap number, it's not like a big difference between like a $4 million and $8 million. This is a 2x difference. This is a 2x difference in performance as well. 4 million till 100 million is 25x. 8 million till 100 million is 12.5x. Huge underperformance. Huge difference. Closing thoughts. So just to know that Bonk was $12 million in October 2024, $30 million in November 2024, and $2 billion in market cap in December 2023. Just in 1 month. That's 1 to 2 months price movement. 1 month to 1 month. And you're not bullish on what can happen to the meme market soon. Get bullish and believe. Most performing, hardest assets in the current market. PVE, most performing, hardest assets that are going up the most in the bullish market scenario. And you don't want to plan, like if you're in this market, you don't want to plan to hold the assets that might be performing in bearish market setup. That's not why you should be in this market initially. If you're looking to make the capital, you need to apply a different strategy in the first place. Let me know if this is actually clear. If you have any questions, this is crazy narrative that will be happening. Bunch of rich TGEs in the ecosystem coming with the first market reversal. On top of the all things that I shared already. Very beautiful dawn right beside me. Maybe it means something. Maybe it's not. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be seeing you tomorrow.